Greetings and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. You want to see something really different? Well, you're not going to. Don't surf out of here yet. There's a few things you can learn by watching today. This, folks, is the Zeblaze. I said the VIBE 2. It's the VIBE 2, not the 1, the 2. Why am I showing this to you? Well, honestly, because Banggood said, I'm sending it to you, review it. It's like, I don't need it. Nobody needs it. I'm sending it anyway. Well, actually, okay, you do need it. We all need it, right? Because goodness knows you can't have too many of the exact same watch, huh? This is the number 1 F2, which, if you look at the icons and layout, and pretty much is exactly the same as the number 1 F3, which is in a smaller format than this big humongous thing. But this is the original VIBE. It's got that reverse screen. You see the video is backward, white on black kind of deal, and a metal band. We reviewed that one, remember? This is the VIBE 2. It's exactly the same concept with a cloth band in this particular version and a different bezel. And then a long time ago, we reviewed the UU, which is the very first one of this grouping. The innards are the same. So why do you want this one? What makes this one so much better than all of these others? Well, it's personal choice as to whether you want this kind of a cloth band or these other bands, or take a look at these bands. Oh, and another reason you're watching this, I'm going to have a link down below where you can get free bands. They're from number 1 and they're for the F3, but guess what? These guys are the same size and you don't have to buy a watch to do it. So if you want free bands that look like this to put on your F3 or your VIBE or your UU or your new VIBE 2, just look at the link down below, do the things they ask you to, and they'll send it to you free of charge. Told you you'd learn something. Also, the VIBE 2, different from the VIBE 1. Let's really talk about these two. I sat down, went through every spec. I looked at every possibility. What could be different? And the only thing that jumped out, well, let you decide. Let's talk about where it comes from. Our sponsor, Banggood. Absolutely. They brought us the original VIBE, and we're back with the VIBE 2. And don't even think about that price. Got something in here, which is why we're reviewing this. This is a critical time if you want to save money on anything. I know you're probably watching this video, goodness knows, April 2018 for all I know. But if you happen to be watching it right now, when this is coming out in early September 2017, on the 6th or 7th, I think, there's a little window where 95% of the products, the watches that Banggood offers, are going to be 50% or more off. I'm serious. They're telling me, let your folks know that now is the time to buy. Now, I normally don't do this. I don't get into the vendor game of, oh, it's Black Friday and Blue Monday. But this time, especially because they sent me this watch, which is identical to the VIBE, totally. I mean, really, all the buttons, everything is identical, with a tiny little difference. It's like, okay, I'm going to honor that and let you guys know. Check the show links. 1, to click over and get the VIBE 2 really like half price. To be honest, about half price of this. And secondly, check all the other things that you might be interested in, because now's a good time to buy. So, the spec sheet on the VIBE 2. If you check the video on the VIBE 1, the original VIBE, you're going to see that everything here is the same. Same dial size, languages, functions. Wait a minute, there's something in red. Wow, it's a 290 milliamp little watch battery. We're talking the little kind like you would get at a drugstore for your digital watch, the CR2430. But it's the Japan Maxell, which means it lasts 1.5 times as long as the regular ones, and you can get 18 months of life out of it. So the big hype, the big difference, the thing that sets this apart from this, that earned it to be called a completely different watch number, the VIBE 2, is a different battery. That's it. Take the back off, swap the batteries, and this becomes the VIBE 2. Whoa! Oh man, are we being hoodwinked or what? All right. Buy it because you like the band, and for goodness sakes, I don't know that the battery, these are not rechargeable. They are throwaway batteries, just like your digital watch. They have Bluetooth, low energy. This will last you a year in standby. This will last you 18 months. Both of them will last less if you use them more. This will last a little longer than this one, no matter what you do. Okay? So if life, if you're going to Mars and you want to make sure you don't lose the time in the watch before you get back, this one. But if you're just going to the moon and you're going to get back earlier, then this one's okay, or any of the others. It's a marketing thing. But look at the bezel, check it out. That's kind of your buying option, is what is most attractive if this style of watch appeals to you. And let's put it on as best we can. Give you a feel for, it's kind of a Kingwear KW88 in terms of a bright, lit up, well-defined bezel, right? And it's got the white writing on the black background, just like the VIBE does. The VIBE has lots of options. This happens to be the metal band version with the nice silver metal one. And again, that's in a review that we've done. And that's what that one looks like. But not to be outdone, you also have, of course, the TPU type silicone bands that are available if you wanted the F3 from #1, or this really big Terminator kind of watch. Same basic thing, and that's the #1 F2. And somewhere here is the UUU, which is like a simulated leather band, rubber, silicone, rubber, but stitched and a little bit dressier. This is definitely sports, swimming, all that kind of stuff. By the way, all of them waterproof to 5 atmosphere. You can really dive and swim and play in these. So are you gonna take that in the ocean? Huh? Probably want one of these or one of these if you're gonna do something like that. Or one of these too. I mean, these are all more sports type watches you could get wet. Decide if you want the reverse video style or the straight video style, because you can't change that. And that's pretty much it. Now, there is one more difference, and that's new, and this might apply to all of these watches, or it might just be to this one. I'm pretty sure, because they seem to be totally identical in every other facet, this will apply to all of them. And that has to do with the Tethering App. There's a new Tethering App when you scan the QR code that's in the slightly revised manual for the VIBE 2 that takes you to the Sports Plus app. And when you download the Sports Plus app, you can get in here and you get kind of a tab thing on the side, and you get this one page of information. You release to refresh, and it'll show you your step count and information from here, which if I go through, I got 32 steps, if you can see that coming up. And you'll get your daily, weekly, and monthly chart. Pretty much the same across the board. You can go into the camera mode. When you do, it gives you a picture. When you press this upper button on the watch, you see it gets still. I just took the picture. And that's also on the other tethering app that we have called Sports Plus, is the one that we're now using with the new one. So those of you who have bought one of these other watches might want to check out Sport Plus and just see if it tethers better for you and gives you more information in a way you like it presented, or stick with the one that you've got. Finally, the unboxing, right? This is always an unboxing. What the heck, I've already taken it out of the box. That's where it used to be, but I need to unbox it to get to the operation guide. The reason is when you thumb through this thing, everything is exactly the same. The pictures are slightly different here. They're more white than black, but everything is the same. I just looked at the video and went through one by one, checking these. It's the same until you get to the app page. So I'm going to show you from here on close up because this relates to the app. Is that where we start? I think so. Anyway, it's talking about remote camera, which is right here on the front of this app. It's in a different location in the other app. Lumina style, low power, blah, blah, blah. There's the barcode. Oh, yeah, the barcodes are different because it, of course, calls up a different app. So scan these. If you want to play with the app, it's free. Download it. If you already have a VIBE or one of the other watches, download this one, uninstall the other one, and then link up with this one and see what you think. It's really limited. You know, it doesn't have much, just a side tab page and then one single page. That's how you bind it. How you unbind it. App operation. Okay, you got all that. Some of it's in Chinese over there on the app. Data upload and refresh. And connect instructions for specific models. This is new. Well, here's the barcode or the QR codes again, and then here's a warranty card that wasn't fully in the original manual. So now on the Zeblaze VIBE 2, you've got this nice warranty card thing. And that's pretty much the differences between these. So if you are interested in the overall concept of this watch, we could do one of two things at this point. I can refer you out to a whole bunch of different videos that I've already reviewed this watch, or we can play like the movie Inception. Consider this your first dream level. In just a moment, I'm going to take you to first level dreaming. Or second, I guess, if this is your first dream. Anyway, we're going to play and append the original video of the Zeblaze VIBE on here. Coming up in just a second. It's identical. If you've seen it before, don't need to watch it again. But if you do want to see it because you're new to this, you're not going to have to try to hunt it down on this channel and watch it from there. It's going to be on the end of this video. But wait, inside the video of the VIBE 2 was most of the video from the UU watch. So you're going to get to look at information about all three of these in one full unboxing review video. Isn't that cool? It could be a waste of your time, but I'm giving you a heads up on it. When I say bye, there's nothing new that I'm going to add to the end. I'm not going to come out of the dream and spin a little spinner or something, a fidget spinner for you. It's going to be done. But just to give homage and honor to Banggood for having provided us this watch and give it a full review that's identical to all the others, I'm going to give it to you right now. Goodbye. Greetings! Welcome back to Smartwatch Tics. It's an exciting day. We are going to show you something brand new and something that comes from a company we've been seeing some other products that have showed up on our site before. Zeblaze. And they've come out with a thing called the VIBE, and it comes to us from Banggood. What have we got in the box? Let's take a look. It's called the VIBE, and it's a hiking 5-atmosphere waterproof 365-day standby battery time digital smartwatch. And yep, we got a link down below. You can pick it up from Banggood, and we got coupon discounts there for you as well. So what exactly is in this thing? It is, well, it's a digital watch. We've seen a couple of those here on this channel. And because it's digital, just a monochrome screen with numbers and such on it, it has a super long battery life. But it's actually a sports watch because it can do all sorts of things, including notifications, step counting, alarm clocks, and more. And all of that with a 240 milliamp hour battery. The adventure experience, they say. Okay, so this is for outdoor use, obviously, and because it's got what you call a trans-reflective or transflective type screen, you're going to be able to read it easily in the sunlight, just like you could with those old digital watches. Let's take a look inside the box and see what we've actually got here. Aha! An operator's guide, which we'll get to in a minute, and then the watch itself. Wow! And this one's got the metal band too. That is sleek. Look at that. 2 buttons on this side, 2 buttons on that side. If you look carefully, it tells you what they are. A light, a start and a stop, and a mode button. And there's a little protective plastic across the back. And that's it. And totally removable. Wow, really nice metal bands. We'll put that on in a minute. Let's see if there's anything else in the box we need to take a look at. There shouldn't be a charging cord because there's no need to charge this unit. No, that's it. It's just an empty box from that point. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got the manual, we've got the watch, and let's take a look through what they call the operations guide. Wow, okay, from Zeblaze now, which is great. Zeblaze is branching out. You know, Zeblaze did the Blitz, right? And then they did the Thor, which are really superior Android watches. And now we've got this one. Okay, warning statements. And then to display content and status. So this tells you what all those little icons are that go across the bottom. And we'll get into that when we actually look at the watch, how you turn it on and off, how you set up Bluetooth, because you'll be Bluetooth syncing this to your Android phone or iOS phone, I presume. How you set the time and all the different stages you go through. And of course the date. Like a typical digital watch, you just cycle through each of the things and adjust the numbers accordingly till you get to the end. You can set alarms. All of that, just basic digital stuff. Your basic stopwatch timer, start and stop, and you get to it with the mode button, right? And runtime sports data, okay. And you can see you have those different icons that relate to your pedometer, your calories burned, and your distance that you've covered. Now you get into the more of the sports, or should I say tethering smartwatch capabilities, where you can use this thing in a variety of capacities, like a remote camera and receiving notifications. And a light on the side brightens the dial at night. It's a reverse screen, so that when we turn it on, you're going to see that you're not actually looking at the digits against a black background, a white background, or clear background. You're looking at it reversed. Now, here's what you need to scan to get the app, to use it on an iPhone. And here's your app installation for Android. Okay. Wow, the whole manual is in English, and it's a thick one too. Then you register yourself with your app, and you log in, and you bind or tether the watch to the phone. Here's how you untether or unbind it with the iPhone, right? And then here's your app operation. You usually don't see the details about the app in the manual. That's great. So a very extensive manual comes with this. Okay. Once again, the 3 different QR codes down here at the bottom, and what you use in China, outside of China for the Android, and a warranty card. And that's it. All right. I'd say we need to charge it up and turn it on, but the battery's a long life thing. So if it's all set. I should just have to push and hold to turn the power on. Oh, that's right. We have to push and hold the opposite buttons, both of these at the same time. There, it says on, and it's coming up, testing all of the display, and it's set up at the very beginning at 12:00 and running from that point on. Okay, when we press the mode switch on the side, you can see it's going to toggle through a variety of different modes on the watch. And as you saw in the manual, we could go through and set the date and time. And we're back to time. There, I've set the time and we're ready to go. Now, before I begin, I want to point out something, that this watch, which is the VIBE from Zeblaze, is pretty much the same thing as the one we already reviewed called the UU, except the casing and the bands are completely different. So you have two different looks. This is a very elegant, solid, metal everywhere watch. This one is more or less a TPU plastic kind of construction with a rubberized leather looking kind of a band, but it's actually made out of a very flexible rubbery type of a substance. They both have the battery in the back that lasts for over a year and the reverse visual display. Now watch as we go through here. It switches to date, and then it switches to all these things down at the bottom. Your number of steps, your calories burned, your distance, the alarm, the stopwatch, and back to the time. The functions are identical. Down here you have the camera, the telephone, and the messaging, so you can get notifications of those or use it as a remote camera. And up across the top you have a Bluetooth flashing. You have Bluetooth in here, and then you have the day of the week. So the displays carry the same information, slightly different layout, and the functions are identical. So at this point I'm going to switch you over to look at all of the features of this watch on this watch, because we've already done a complete review of this one. Then I'll be back and talk a little bit about more of both of them together, what similarities and differences we've discovered. These are the functions you're looking at. Here's the time. I press it once, and now it's showing me the date. That's the calendar. Then it's showing me the steps I've taken today, what that translates to in calories, what that is in miles or distance. Here's the alarm function. Here's the stopwatch function, which you start and stop here. I played with it all over the weekend, and it runs to 23:59:59 and switches over to 0 again. So it's a one-day timer. So it repeats every day. And stop it and reset it down here. And then you're back to time. The time it pulls from Bluetooth synchronization. Now you see the little Bluetooth icon is right there, and next to the day of the week, Monday. And if it's all set up right, it should just simply synchronize here. And I pull down to refresh it, and I think, what did I have? 41 steps so far today. It says, each time it says never refresh. So, and there's a few little glitches in the, there you go. A few little glitches in the software here, but not too bad. Let me run you through this. When you're looking at this page, it's showing you your basic data. If I flip up like this, it comes to your summary. This is the daily, we have weekly, and we have monthly. Across the top here are the days of the week, and this is today, and it's telling me my exercise information, and it goes on down to give me some exercise advice. With 41 steps, I'm sure the advice is warranted. Watch, if I slide here, I go back to yesterday. And there's yesterday's data. Slide it again, and I'm the day before. And it tells me where I'm doing there. Now, you can set your goal, and I think it's really low on this, like 3,000 or something steps. And honestly, I didn't do much workouts or walking or anything. This is not going to discriminate on whether you're running or walking or jogging, whether you're in your target heart rate zone or not. There's no heart rate monitor on it. It's a simple digital watch that, oh, by the way, will track your steps and keep an annual log of them. Here's the weekly report. And I can change weeks. There was what's considered last week through Sunday, and this being Monday is starting the next data, and it's showing you your total daily step count on a weekly average, and it's giving you your achievement against reaching your overall 3,000 steps a day goal, calories, and exercise advice. And again, then you have month, and we're still in the month of April, so it's only going to have the month of April. But look at that. Every single day in the month is there, and it's again showing you your daily accumulated average overall steps against the chart on the side for the month. So you have month, week, and day reports, and the day is breaking it down by hour. So it's tracking all that here in the device, and periodically, I think within 15 days, you just simply sync this to the app, and you've got some really good accumulated data if what you're trying to do is, say, reach a stepping goal for weight or exercise or heart health or whatever. So it's not a watch for everybody. This is not a fancy Android watch, but it is a really decent watch for being able to pull in the information that you need for steps. And also have alarms go off and notification happen if you're getting simple stuff. Let's see what the notification things are. We'll get into that over here. Coming back, we've got a way that you can send these results out over these various things, but nothing more. Twitter, Facebook, WeChat, and WeChat Moments, okay? Then this brings us into our setup. In our setup, you can set your health goal and all sorts of information. There's the exercise goal. I guess it was set for 5,000. I've been doing like 3,000. You can set a weight goal. You can go into Moments, and Moments is where you find new friends. And you can do comparisons, I guess, with your friends. You can add a new friend there. I think that's the WeChat Moments. Here's the remote camera, which should switch this to camera mode. And in camera mode, I think I can just press a button here. I'm going to wiggle this and see if... I'm not sure which one it was. I thought... Oh, no, there it is. It's that start button. Okay, you see it the picture froze, and you heard a sound that just took a picture. So you can use the watch as a remote camera trigger by going into the app and tapping camera to get everything all set up. We have reminders, and these are the different reminders it supports. You can turn on an alarm. You can do all these different reminders here, but no more. It's not going to remind you of everything you've got installed in your phone, just these particular ones. But phone and message, and the typical ones, including WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. And then your connected device, and this is where you can remove or bind your device to make the connection. So, really simple app, basic features, and mostly for tracking your information related to steps and accumulating that data over several different days, throughout the whole year, actually. Nice little watch. Wireless connectivity over Bluetooth 4.0, low power. Oh, and by the way, after a half hour or so, that little Bluetooth marker will go away. It turns it off if you're not using it or needing it. And all you have to do is press and hold on the light button, and it'll activate the Bluetooth. So if you're trying to sync from your phone and it's not wanting to sync, make sure that that's turned on, and to do that, press and hold. And when they're all done, it'll turn itself off to save your battery, of course. What else? Remote control for all of these things. And it's an ultra low power FSTN negative display LCD EL backlight. Yes, it has a backlight. It has a buzzer. And it stores every 15 minutes and accumulates 15 days of motion data. So you can take this with you on your climb to the Alps, and as long as you get back within 15 days, you can sync to your phone then. The light is over here. I'm not sure if we can see it. Let's get it where it's dark. Wow, do you see a light in there? It's really, really soft. I'm not seeing it light up on camera, but it is lighting up. It's kind of that electroluminescent greenish blue light, and it shows up. I'm going to press and hold and turn the Bluetooth off. As you can see up in the upper right hand corner, it's now turned off. So the layout is slightly different on the UU watch than it is on the Zeblaze VIBE. You see, the Bluetooth is bigger and flashing up here in the upper left hand corner, whereas it's in the right-hand corner on the UU. But other than that, the layout of all of the applications that are in the watch and the cycling through the mode switch, all the way down to the Tethering App, which you can download from the Google Play Store right now if you want to. It's called X Watch. You can install it and check the app out without having any of these watches. But that's all the same. So you really are looking at the identical functional software on almost identical hardware, with the difference being the casing. The VIBE is a much heavier watch. This thing is really, really solid. And when you put it on, it really looks elegant. Well, it's a little bit big for me. I'm going to have to adjust it. But that's what it looks like on. A very sweet watch. Again, you've got the somewhat trans-reflective type screen that is easy to see in bright light, and when it's dim light, you have to press the backlight, which you can't really even see in the daylight, but in a dark room you can see it. All right, so we're looking at the Zeblaze VIBE, brought to us by Banggood and available to you by clicking on the link in the show notes down below. And it's a pretty decent thing for not having a chargeable battery at all if you want the kind of a digital watch that has sport features and has smartwatch features for notifications, and even using it as a remote camera. You can't beat it. Take a look, and we'll see you again soon. Our sponsor, Banggood. Absolutely. They brought us the original VIBE, and we're back with the VIBE 2, and don't even think about that price.